Hello again, brothers and sisters of IBW Local 266. Welcome back to my website and to a new video. Hopefully the last couple have been informative to you, and I'm going to try to continue to give you some more information about myself and how I'm going to be handling some of the issues that are going on throughout the company. The last video I spoke of a couple things that are going on the water side. Those are just a couple of the things that I heard about that are going on. A lot of the other issues they had were to deal with not getting any follow through, bringing issues to our local, and someone's not following through on those things. So the way I'm going to deal with that is I've told a few people that I have not selected an assistant or two. I haven't put my team together yet. Reason being is if you vote me in, I'm waiting for that time when you do vote me in. Rather than select someone just because I know them or because I've seen them or worked around them. I'm going to take the time, should I get in that position, to basically do interviews. These videos for you are an interview of me. I'm hopefully answering some of the questions that you've asked in the time that I've been around different groups and different departments. By answering these questions, hopefully I'm interviewing for you, and you'll choose to hire me for that position, because I am looking to be hired for the position of business manager of Local 266. It's not something that is just given to someone. You need to deserve it. You need to prove yourself that you can do that position. So hopefully through these videos that I'm posting on my website and you looking at them, you're basically interviewing me and getting the answers that hopefully are answers that you're looking for. So basically, with that issue that I was bringing up earlier with Southside and the water side entirely, not getting follow through. Well, when I do my interviews to hire my assistants, I will be asking the questions that are going to prove to me with their answers if they're qualified for that position. And what I mean by qualified is, are they the kind of people that are going to follow through? Are they not the kind of people that are just going to say, hey, thanks for giving me the information, I'll look into it? No. We're not just going to look into it. We're going to follow through and find out what's going on and then get to the bottom of that issue. That's the kind of person that I am. That's how I've handled the issues at CGS. Been doing it for 9 years as the unit chair. As a unit chair up there, normally that position is basically a president of the local. In that situation, it's the president of the unit. Well, because we are a separate department and we're so far away, that unit chair ends up handling all the business of that unit. So you're basically a business manager of that group up there, of that department at CGS. So for 9 years I've been doing that. I've been taking care of all the issues that go on up there. I do call the valley to inform them of the things that are going on, but it's left to me to handle the issues with management and try to work through them. If I need to file agreements, I'm going to file the agreements. I'm not going to hold back filing agreements. I'm not going to hold back any punches. If I do my research, I do my homework, and find out an issue puts them in the wrong, I'm going to make sure that things are corrected and that they are going to follow the contract. You may have read in my letter, I don't agree with most of the letters of mutual agreement that are out there because they're outside of our contract. We've negotiated a contract that we're supposed to follow. There is certain situations or circumstances that work to where we could have a letter of mutual agreement between management and that department of hourly employees. But you're going to have to prove to me why. For instance, right now at CGS, our guys in operations were talked into going on a 7-on, 7-off schedule. They've been working on a DuPont schedule where they rotated, worked 4 days, then were off for 3 days, and then came back, worked had a 24 hours period off, and then went to nights. Yes, it's hard to do, okay, because you're switching back and forth from days to nights, and then back and forth. But now they're on a 7 days on, 7 days off. So they'll work 7 days, get 7 days off, go back on a 7-night schedule, and then get 7 days off, and then go back on a day schedule, 7 days. So on paper, and maybe as I'm explaining to you that it may sound great. Oh, I'm getting 7 days off every other week. Yeah, maybe. But think about this. Now you're working through a weekend. I mean, most of their schedules are working on a weekend. But now I'm working 7 days, 12 hours a day on straight time. Okay? You are getting 8 hours that are guaranteed as overtime for you in that period because you are working 48 hours one week and 36 the next. But they're already doing that on the DuPont schedule. So nothing has changed as far as your pay. But now you're working straight through on 7 days, 12 hours. Now, after being on that for 3 weeks now, there's guys, even one of our stewards up there that pushed for this is backtracking and saying, oh man, I hate this because had I been on the old schedule, when I worked those extra 3 days, I would have had all of that on overtime. So that's what I mean about making all these special agreements with management outside of our contract, because now you've made an agreement that we can't go back to our contract and say, hey, you're not following a contract here. Because now you've had separate writing on paper that we've signed as the local, as a union, that has allowed management to do this. So hopefully you're seeing what I'm talking about when I'm trying to explain who I am and how I look at things. I look at our contract, that's a piece of paper that we fought for. That's a bunch of pages on a book that we fought for every word that's written in that book. If you allow them to take those words out, you'll never get them back. A few years back, the company was trying to get us to go to a simplified overtime. Basically saying, oh, we'll pay you double time for all emergency overtime. Well, yeah, that sounds great. You look at it face value, right? Because now anytime I'm called out, I'm getting double time, right? But now, once you get that writing out of that contract and you make this agreement into a new contract, you've lost that. You've lost all your bumps when you could make up to triple time. Now you can't do that anymore, because you've taken that out, and guess what? You'll never get it back. Guys way back when have fought for that wording in our contract. So why would we give it away? So thank God we didn't vote that through, and we're still under the old system in our contract. But now we're in a new program that we're putting our time into, but that program is now dictating to us whether we're putting our time in right or wrong. Even though we have presidents setting situations that show that we used to get paid a certain way, and we've been getting paid that way for years. I'm talking 15, 20 years that we've been getting paid that way. And now, not sure if they came to the union about this new program they put into service, where we're putting our time in. And, we had issues with this in the past where people weren't getting paid like they did for a holiday. Brought it up to the management of the Valley, and, oh, it's the system, and now it's doing it right. Too bad we're doing it wrong for so many years. Now they're fixing it through this program. Well, wait a minute. I have a problem with that, because now they put a system in that now doesn't even notify you, but it changes your time. Look at our contract. What does our contract say about changing your time card? They are to notify you when they change your time card. That's not happening. So do we have somebody looking into that? Why not, if we don't? So like I said, I'm not going to pull back any punches. I don't have a problem dealing with management. I've done it at CGS, like I said, for 9 years, and actually prior to that as a steward as well, so more like 11 years. So like I said, I'm not afraid to face management. There's writing in the laws that says that when you meet with management, you're an equal to them. Even as a steward, when you go in to meet with management, you are an equal. So they can't treat you as the employee at that point. You're putting on a different hat. So when you put that hat on, you're equal to them. And when you deal with them, you have the same ability to push a subject or a situation to where you believe it's right and you're doing what's right for the employees. That's the stance that I take, and I'm going to continue to take that stance when you vote me in. This has been a little longer video. Didn't want to make them as long as they are, but I just felt like I couldn't just stop in the middle of that as I was trying to explain that. But thanks again for getting on there and listening to these videos or watching these videos. And hopefully it's answering those questions as you're giving me an interview right now, that I'm answering them correctly so that, hey, you choose to hire me and I will serve you to the best of my ability to get things done, get things corrected and done right according to our contract. Thanks again, brothers and sisters, and we'll talk to you in the next video.